The Nile flowed red, not with blood, but with the lifeblood of Egypt, the river mirroring the grief that consumed the land. The once serene waters now carried the weight of a nation's sorrow, reflecting the turmoil that had befallen its people. Osiris, the beloved king, was dead, murdered by his own brother, Set. The betrayal was not just a familial tragedy, but a cosmic upheaval, shaking the very foundations of the divine order. His queen Isis wept. Her tears fell upon the Nile, turning its waters crimson. She mourned not only for her lost love, but for the kingdom that had lost its guiding light. Yet even in death, there was hope. Isis, the great magician, used her powers to resurrect Osiris. Her magic was a testament to her unwavering love and her indomitable will to defy the finality of death. Just long enough to conceive a son who would carry the legacy of his father and the hopes of a nation, a son destined to avenge his father and reclaim his birthright. This child, born of divine intervention, was the embodiment of Egypt's resilience and its unyielding spirit. This son was Horus, born in secrecy, hidden from the wrath of Set. His birth was shrouded in mystery, a secret guarded fiercely by his mother. He was a beacon of hope, a symbol of light amidst the encroaching darkness. As he grew, so did the legend of his destiny, whispered among the people who longed for a savior. His birth, a testament to the unwavering spirit of his mother and the enduring power of life over death. Isis's determination ensured that Horus would survive and thrive, despite the dangers that loomed. Horus, the rightful heir, would one day rise. He was destined to restore balance and bring justice to the land that had been plunged into chaos. He would challenge the tyranny of his uncle. The epic battle between Horus and Set would become a defining moment in Egyptian mythology, symbolizing the eternal struggle between good and evil. And he would usher in a new era of peace and prosperity for Egypt. Under his reign, the land would flourish once more, and the Nile would flow with the promise of a brighter future. Deep within the papyrus reeds of the Delta, Isis hid her son. She knew the dangers that lurked around every corner, the ever-watchful eyes of Set, her brother-in-law, and the usurper of the throne. The Delta, with its dense and concealing reeds, became a sanctuary for the young Horus. She shielded him from the eyes of Set. She nurtured him with unwavering love and care. She trained him in the ways of their ancestors, imparting wisdom and strength. Every day was a lesson, every night a story of valor and justice. She taught him of his father Osiris, the just ruler, the giver of life, the embodiment of order. Osiris, who once brought prosperity and peace to the land, now lay in the underworld betrayed by his own brother. His legacy, however, lived on through Horus. She told him of his birthright, the throne of Egypt, stolen by treachery, the rightful place that was his to reclaim. The stories of betrayal and loss fueled Horus's determination, igniting a fire within him. Isis instilled in Horus a thirst for justice. She taught him the importance of balance and order, the very principles his father stood for. She made sure he understood the weight of his destiny, a burning need to avenge his father, to restore what was lost, to bring justice to the land that had been plunged into chaos by Set's rule, to reclaim what was rightfully his. Years passed. Horus grew strong. His body became a weapon, his mind a fortress. He was no longer a child hiding in the reeds, but a warrior in the making. He learned the ways of war. The art of combat became second nature to him. He trained tirelessly, day and night, mastering every weapon, every technique. He mastered the art of combat. He honed his skills to perfection. His movements were swift, his strikes precise. He was a force to be reckoned with. He developed a keen mind, a strategic intellect. He studied the ancient texts, learning the tactics of great warriors before him. He was not just a fighter, but a thinker, a leader, ready to face his destiny, ready to confront Set. The time had come for him to step out of the shadows and into the light, to claim his place in history, ready to reclaim his birthright, the throne that was his by blood and by right. The legacy of Osiris awaited him. He was the embodiment of his father's strength, his mother's cunning. His time had come. The world would soon know the power of Horus, the Avenger, the rightful king of Egypt. Set, the god of chaos in the desert, ruled with an iron fist. Fear was his weapon. His presence was a dark shadow over the land, a constant reminder of the power he wielded. His reign, a stark contrast to Osiris's benevolent rule. The land suffered. Drought plagued the fields. Crops withered under the relentless sun, and the once fertile soil turned to dust. The Nile's life-giving floods ceased. The people cried out. Their lifeline, the river, had abandoned them, leaving them in despair. They prayed for a savior. Their prayers reached Horus. He heard their pleas. He felt their pain. The cries of the people echoed in his heart, stirring a deep resolve within him. He knew what he had to do. The time had come to challenge Set's tyranny and restore balance to the land. The drums of war began to beat, a slow, steady rhythm, growing louder, more insistent. The sound was a call to arms, a signal that the time for action had arrived. Across the land, whispers turned to murmurs. Murmurs became shouts. The people, once fearful, now found courage in their unity. The people rallied behind their champion, their savior, their rightful king. They believed in Horus, the falcon god, and his promise of a brighter future. Horus, the falcon god, prepared for battle. He donned his armor, ready to face the chaos that Set had unleashed. He would be their champion, the one to lead them out of darkness and into the light. He would avenge his father. The memory of Osiris fueled his determination, giving him strength. He would usher in a new era of peace, a time when the land would flourish once more, and the people would live without fear. The fate of Egypt hung in the balance. The battle between Horus and Set would decide the future of the kingdom, a future that the people awaited with bated breath. The two gods clashed, Horus and Set, a battle for the ages. The very earth trembled beneath their feet. The sky crackled with the fury of their powers. Horus, youthful and agile, fought with the fury of a son seeking justice. He wielded his spear with precision, his every strike a thunderclap. Set, a monstrous beast of raw power, unleashed his fury upon the land. The desert winds whipped at his command. Sandstorms blinded and choked. The battle raged for days, neither god yielding, neither god backing down. The fate of Egypt hung in the balance. Who would prevail, the rightful heir, Horus, or the usurper, Set? Only time would tell. The battle continued. The battle raged beyond the physical realm. It became a test of wit, a battle of minds. Set, in his arrogance, challenged Horus to a series of trials. He sought to humiliate the young god, to break his spirit. But Horus, schooled by his mother in the arts of cunning, met every challenge. He outsmarted Set at every turn. He used Set's own strength against him. One trial saw them transformed into hippopotami, submerged beneath the Nile for weeks. Horus, however, marked his own body and Set's with his symbol. When they emerged, the gods declared Horus the victor. He had endured. He had outsmarted Set. The scales of justice tipped in his favor. Frustrated, Set resorted to treachery. He attacked Horus while the young god slept. He tore out Horus's left eye, scattering the fragments across Egypt. Isis, ever vigilant, used her magic to restore his eye. The eye of Horus, a symbol of healing and protection. During one fierce battle, Horus transformed. He became a magnificent falcon. He soared above Set, raining down blows from the sky. Set, earthbound and enraged, was unable to defend himself. Horus, the falcon god, had gained the upper hand. His victory was near. The final confrontation shook the heavens. Horus, empowered by his righteous fury, struck Set down. He spared his life, but stripped him of his power. He banished him to the desolate desert. Justice had been served. The rightful king had prevailed. A wave of relief swept over Egypt. The land rejoiced. The Nile flowed freely again. The crops flourished. Balance was restored. Horus had avenged his father. He had freed his people. He had ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity. Section 8. Horus, the king, uniting the two lands, healing a nation's wounds. With Set vanquished, Horus ascended to the throne of Egypt. He became the embodiment of order, the unifier of the two lands. Upper and Lower Egypt were united under his rule. He brought peace, he brought prosperity, he healed the wounds left by Set's tyranny. Horus, the just ruler, established laws. He upheld justice, he ensured fairness for all. He rebuilt temples, he restored the worship of the gods. Under his reign, Egypt flourished. Arts and sciences prospered. The people thrived. Horus's reign marked a golden age. Section 9. Legacy of the Falcon, Protector, Healer, God of the Sky. Horus's influence extended beyond his reign. He became a symbol of protection, of healing. His image adorned amulets. It was believed to ward off evil, to bring good health. The Eye of Horus, restored by Isis, became a potent symbol. It represented wholeness. It represented protection. It was a symbol of the god's power to heal. As the falcon god, Horus ruled the sky. He represented the sun. He represented the moon. He was the embodiment of divine power. His legend resonated with the Egyptian people. He became one of the most beloved and enduring gods in the Egyptian pantheon. Section 10. Echoes in Eternity. Horus through the ages, a timeless symbol. Horus's story transcends time. His myth resonated with the ancient Greeks. They saw parallels between Horus and their own gods. The Romans, too, were captivated by his tale. They incorporated elements of his myth into their own pantheon. Throughout history, Horus has continued to captivate. His image appears in art, in literature, in popular culture. His story, a timeless tale of good versus evil, of justice prevailing, of resilience in the face of adversity. Horus, the falcon god, remains an enduring symbol of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit. Section 11. The Enduring Spirit, from Ancient Sands to Modern Minds. Even today, millennia after his story was first told, Horus continues to fascinate. His image still holds power. His myth still resonates. He is a reminder of the enduring strength of the human spirit, the power of hope, the importance of justice. Horus's story, though born in the distant past, speaks to something universal within us all. It is a story of courage, a story of resilience, a story of hope. And it is a story that continues to inspire and resonate with us even today.